He's a man with many talents. He's lent his voice to many musical genres. He has a style that's raw but refined, and with lyrics that are passionate and often prophetic. He's worked with the likes of Keith Sweat, with IG Culture, Bugs in the Attic, just to name a few. We did reel off a few names earlier on. I don't want to. Teddy Pendergrass was one that we did mention earlier, alongside Anita Baker. He's been signed to 3 major record labels and has had 3 solo albums. It's a pleasure to introduce a musical maestro for which we have a great deal of affection. Please welcome Mr. Conan. That's all for you. How are you, sir?
Thanks. How you doing?
I'm good.
Really nice to be here up in the Matrix.
It's a pleasure to have you on board, sir. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Now, we are here to talk about your recent works, which is the album Keep Walking. We've been playing a few tracks off that, rinsing it to death. Right. We're trying not to rinse it to death. We're trying to encourage people to buy it and not play everything, but it's very difficult because it's such a great album.
Thank you.
But so we will talk about that in due course, but just for the listeners who may be new to Colonel Red, we just want to give a bit of retrospective history in terms of your progression as a musician and as a songwriter and an artist. And so I'll take you back to the years of 1991, sir.
Oh.
And if I mention Pride and Politics to you.
Right, Pride and Politics.
You were in a group called Pride and Politics.
Yeah,
tell us about that.
Pride and Politics was the first band that I put together with my brother, saxophone Carlton Ramilli, keyboard player Robin Smith, and it was my first real experience in the music business, flying off to Los Angeles to record the album. Actually in the studio that Earth, Wind & Fire recorded there, most of their albums.
Wow.
And that was a great experience for us, and that pretty much was like the beginning of Nicky Ramilli, the singer, on to being Colonel Red. Yeah.
Okay. Then you first deal got signed to Atlantic East West. How did that come about?
To be honest with you, funny enough, I was talking with my man Paul Martin, who is a consultant. I don't know if you remember him from back in the day with Giles Peterson, etc. He's like, we're talking about how did this whole thing with Pride and Politics get started. I was actually headhunted by a guy named Darkus Bees from Island Records. For some reason, he came out of Island Records. We ended up in Big Life. Big Life kind of was sort of instrument in putting me together with a writer named Robin Smith. As soon as I started to work with Robin Smith, within no time we had a body of songs. We was putting it together. He said, right guys, I got to take a break. He went to Australia to do a writing session, and he stopped off in New York where he had his first meeting with Sylvia Rohn and Merlin Bob. They heard the album. By the time he got to the hotel, they was calling him to say, we want to sign it.
Okay.
It was a bit of it was the old way, a bit of a dream deal. The only other way you could have done it is if you would have like sat outside the record company with an acoustic guitar and start to go, look man, come on, give me a deal. So that was it was kind of a classic way of us getting a deal, and that was pretty much how it happened.
And you went over to America and did some touring, released the album.
I got a call from Robin saying we need to be in Los Angeles at a certain date. We only had 2 weeks to get it together, and we went out there and started recording straight away. You know, there was no ifs or buts or maybes. They just wanted us to have complete artistic freedom to do it the way we did.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, we actually went over there, re-recorded a lot of the parts. We started to bring in musicians like Alex Acuna from Weather Report, the Jerry Hay Seawind Orchestra, and we put a lot of time and love, and the record company kind of heard the album and said, we're not feeling it.
Okay.
So we went back in to the studio, started to mix it down again, still not feeling it. We come back to London, remixed the demo, sent that in and said, yeah, we got it, which was a bit ridiculous really, because we spent quite possibly about $250,000 trying to put that album together. We mixed it in Ray Parker Jr.'s studio. I mean, we didn't hold back, man. We went all out, and, but we ended up with a great album, and then we started to tour America, and pretty much we kind of moved out there and stayed there for quite a while.
It's the Morpheus Soul Show right here on theplayvibes.com, and we are hosts of Temporary Residences 10 Mil alongside the soulful Solly Brown, alongside the DJ Johnny Rebel, and this week we've got a Colonel on board. and he's a serious dude, a great talent. Mr. Colonel Red is in the building. Shout going out to the video dude.
Mr. Mante.
Yes, and also Star 67 is doing the manual camera thing in the background.
Yes, no car films, big up.
Sing for, sing for, sing for. Oh, sing it for yourself. I get something from you. I get something every time I try something new. Oh, 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 yeah. See, oh, brother, with you at me on.
Yeah, you see, that's how we go and how we do the kind of things that we do when we blend more style and flavor, giving it to you and the rest anytime we gave you a chance to listen to what we do again and again. For anybody, new friend or old friends from before, way back in the past when you open the door, coming up with something brand new and old school. Anytime we be messing with everybody around, when you like the sound, we can break it down for easy does it now, easy does it for, easy does it now, easy does it for, easy does it now, easy does it for, easy does it now, easy does it for.